everyone, welcome to our show Shalom from Aleph Tree. I'm your host Galina Koptsova. As you know, we all the time talking about how many pagan stuff in the churches, in the congregation. The church so easily adapted, there's so many holidays what have nothing to do with the Bible. Sometimes it's nothing wrong with the Mother's Day, or I have a big problem with Valentine's Day on another holiday. But we're resisting the biblical holiday. What's going on? Why we so easy adopted the pagan stuff? There's some human celebration. We're going to talk today about this. My guest, teacher, Serge Kuptsov. Hi, Serge. How are you?
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Let's come back again and talk about how easy the congregations, the churches adopted, the pagan stuff and whatever.
Yeah, one of those. Sorry, to interrupt you. One of those cliche. It's always kind of I'm trying to be calm.
And shut
we're
your
not
mouth.
perfect. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Cliche. Love the sinners, hate the sin. Absolutely.
Love the sinners, but God hate the sin.
Or no, not God. You hate the sin. Yes, like God hates the sin.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? Let's sometimes go deeper in what we're saying. I have an advice. Write it down. I love the sinner, hate the sin, and look at it and try to mediate and think. And first of all, this line was converted from Mahatma Gandhi autobiography, where he wrote kind of close to this understanding, but he meant different things, in his autobiography, 1929.
Yeah. I think I made a mistake. The God hate the sin. Yeah.
Not God hate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
If we love the sinner, hate the sin, and if I say that, I mean I'm a better one. Because Bible said we're all sinners. Or I consider your sin more worse than mine. Or there is a cultural place of flashpoints of some maybe like a case. Remember, very righteous cake maker didn't haven't sell or reject a gay couple cake, whatever, there is a big deal to understand this right and how to do the right way according to Yeshua, not the playing games with a puffed up Christianity. Most of the time evangelical church American evangelical church consider themselves they know everything and they have right to. That's why we're not calling someone sinner, not labeling someone as a sinner, thinking I'm saved. We forgot that salvation, because we do not know in the first place, and we forgot about it. My mom always said it's a very bad. Do not knowing thing and forgetting, even forgetting.
Even forgetting. It's too bad.
First of all, we do not know, and secondly, we're forgetting that labeling someone a sinner. We're all sinners. We're all sinners. Salvation. Oh, I'm saved. We forgot. And we didn't know that salvation is not an act.
Yes.
It's a process. It's just the beginning of the process when someone proclaims you are saved. It's just process. You're not better from this point that's somebody else there. It's just the beginning. But pride always, you know, I want to be better than someone.
Yeah,
I want to be better someone because we have a doctrine. If I'm an evangelical, I'm safe, I'm better. I'm a better. My life is better. I'm better. Not, you're not better. You're not better anyone on this planet. You just have a chance to go forward, to be changed, yeah? And to follow Yeshua.
And do your job.
And do your job.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And you cannot call yourself and everything. And there is from this plate, love the sinner, hate the sin. It's a kind of things. If we're sitting in love the sinner, hate the sin, I'm already saying you're bad. You're bad. I'm a better. You know. Jesus never asked us to love the sinners. Nobody in Bible asked.
He said, love your
But
neighbors.
we're taking this from somewhere and bringing this, you know, and feeling good about this. We're so smart. We're so, you know, not even really thinking about this, how it can be an offensive and proudful and wrong and lead you and drift you to the wrong side.
Yeah.
More and more and more and more. It's easy, to see sin, I would say, in some people, you know, rather than, or some movements, you know, rather than see sin of our own greed, materialism, gluttony, consumerism, gossips, divorce, you know. We live comfortable with this, but we love the sinner, love that. And we go further. Love the sinner, hate the sin, sabotage grace. How? Think about this. Dig about this. Maybe something, you know, maybe something will help you to understand when righteous, they consider them righteous guys, Pharisees, or scribes, who they are. The story I forgot. They caught, according to the Moses covenant, women in adultery. Mm-hmm. And most of the people trying to picture them as a bad guys, you know, Pharisee. Paul was a Pharisee.
Yeah.
But they did only things what written in a covenant. They've been faithful to covenant. And the lady should be stoned according to covenant. Mm-hmm. Because God gave them this writing 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And there is but for what? For the sin. For the sin, yeah? And what? Jesus came and said, I love the sinners. No, there is different stuff. He never justified the lady. Was what? But grace came.
Yes.
Because Jesus came for that. When he came, when he was born, the time of grace began. Time of grace. And we're living now in time of grace. But time of grace, I want to tell you, will end it up.
Yep.
One moment. It will then. They lived, the only thing he's showing, they lived in time of before he's come. They didn't understand, they did what Moses' law was right. They were right what they were doing, you know. But Jesus showing the time of grace, he said, okay, who is better of you? Mm-hmm. Love the sinner, hate the sin. You're more wrong than I. We're all sinners, yeah. He said, who is it?
It will feel good.
Yes, who is?
Feel good.
Who is cleaner than that lady? And the time of that grace came, you know. That's only, you know, I can say puffed up Christianity. We have millions of people who think that their sins, I said before, greed, consumerism, all this stuff, you know,
Yep.
good ones, divorce of their children, everything. But somebody's, you know, those Mexicans coming for the better life, for the better food, they want to stone them. They never look, that's
Everyone in America want a better life
the
and better
reason.
food.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah?
That's
But
right.
only different level.
That's right. But there is again, yes, I agree. There is a time and place for speaking in truth, in love, yeah? And confronting the sin
And condemn.
in someone's life, yeah?
Yeah.
The period. I know sometimes you're writing things and, oh, Galina, why are you saying you're so judgmental, you're doing this and this and this. But we're always saying, we're always teaching, people, please learn the basics. People, please learn the basics. Ask your pastor to teach you the basics. Not about pre-tribulation, after tribulation, church going to air, but coming back to the Jerusalem. Who is the bride? Who is that's? You know, we were talking about prophecy. There's which never come true if we have no conscience even to say publicly when we say the prophecy, say I am totally wrong.
Yeah.
The people always confusing and have no idea what is a judgment, what is a condemnation.
Yep.
There is a two different things, you know, and the grace coming here. The condemn someone is to reduce a person to the worst parts of themselves, you know. You just, yes, condemnation never soft you like that's right. It's a hard, you know. The grace does opposite. But if you're condemning yourself, nobody will condemn you.
Nobody
you
will
know.
condemn you.
But we have to say sometimes, in love and in truth, you know, in the
According
people,
to the word
in
of God.
people, yeah, in the
Yeah.
people never have to offend someone. Do not judge. Hey, please learn the basics. It helps. It's help first of all to you, not to me. You know, and it's love the sinner, hate the sin. It's so manipulative, and associated with intolerance and bigotry as well. You know, Yeshua said, "Love your neighbors," which is not neighbors actually translated, but whoever you meet in your life.
Whoever you meet in your life. It's not just,
know.
who live on your street.
Yes, and if you see this, we live in our community, we love our community, you know, and maybe only us, we're going to the church, we're praying for our street, and we didn't notice many people going to keeping evangelical season, whatever it can be according to the Bible. But if we saw them, I love the sinners, hate the sin, I would see them as sinners, not as my neighbors, not as the people I'm meeting in my life. I don't need to be, that is your judgmental, you know, and that is when you feel yourself much better. That is, the Bible said you have to respect everyone, you know, and I will give the scripture where respect first of all. That's why Yeshua never said love the sinners, hate the sin. Yes, we have to, in process of salvation, to come to the point as God.
As a God
hates sin and was. That's a process of true salvation, you know, to come.
Yeah.
But I cannot feel myself better going with Christ and
or more righteous.
More righteous, whatever, you know. Difficult to talk about this, you know, difficult. But we consider ourselves for much, much better than, especially in America, we're going everywhere as a big teachers. We for some reason, we think we can teach everyone on the planet Earth. And because we have a God here. God talked to us. We have millions of false prophets. And we must be least self-righteous. No, least self-righteous. We must be able to talk to this gay couple and respect what they're doing, not immediately to point at this. Live your life so they would look at you and say, oh man. But not point, not the point things like what we have this or not. Yeah. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? That's like regulation for many people. They live that's I know sin, but I love you. You're double-minded.
Yes.
Because we're not perfect. We're not perfect. We cannot perfectly love. We cannot perfectly hate. We cannot perfectly do this line. Hate love the sinners, hate the sin. No, there is a full of mess, And only for myself I will feel better to saying this.
Yes.
I kind of came from heaven. I can sit with you. I can, because I love you. No, you do not. Respect. First must be respect. And respect the 1 Peter 2:17 read. Respect one another. One another. Not one another as a Christian or believer. Respect everyone around you. And pray for them, for those people. 1 Timothy 2:1. Yes, Revelation 2:6. Hate the sin. Evangelicals are really good at making people feel as if they don't belong in our or their religious social clubs. If you're not accepting what they're teaching, and most of the time they're teaching false doctrines. Oh, you're so wrong. Oh, they make their kings, prophets, preachers who release the books by millions, making millions. But those books are just a trash.
Yeah.
There is nothing in those books, Nothing in those books. They never lead you to make teshuva to the rightful sources. For the sages of Israel to read and to understand the structure of the Bible. Why we should be, everyone who accepts Yeshua as a Savior should be engrafted into 12 tribes, in tabernacles. They are rapturing by church, and there is nothing written about rapturing by a church, whatever. And where this church goes? To Israel. No, church never will go to Israel with Yeshua, to the Mount of Olives. That's how they teach you. That goes to air and they go to Mount. Church coming to Israel? No, it's absolute nonsense,
Do you remember one time, we brought a musician from Israel and brought him to the recording studio and honored he's a Christian. But the first question is like, he's a Christian?
Yeah.
Looks like, this musician from Israel, like a worse because he's better because of Christian, or he's a worse musician because
like
he's
the
not
evangelical sect.
He's not Christian, and this is make him worse musician.
That's right. Yeah.
He just plays saxophone.
To play record.
To play record.
To record.
To record. Yeah.
He's a Christian.
He's a Christian.
Yeah.
How this is related to the recording stuff?
Yeah, because 1 Peter 2:17, respect.
Yeah.
Respect. If you do not support gay marriage, they came to you, ask you to make a cake, make this cake. Respect. And another step, you will be through your life you will showing what is
Even
at
make,
the heart.
the best cake.
Yes, that's
to
right.
show
That's right.
to them your love.
Yes.
Make the best.
Yes,
the
because
best.
because Yeshua was talking. Yeshua was showing the new door for those who are confused. A new door, including Jewish people. New door, new covenant,
You
New
remember,
covenant.
if it's someone asks you to do some duty, task to do, doing the double duty.
That's right, that's
if
right.
it's someone asks you for help.
I love sinners and I hate the sin. No, you're not. That is just throw away this line. This is a very bad line. And this line bring in other things, that's another door of not be responsible for anything.
It's
you know.
right. Yeah. And division.
Yeah, and division. And if somebody died, he's not already sinning, he's in heaven. Why everyone in
Every
heaven?
funeral when you go, doesn't matter what.
That's a total
he's in
confusion,
heaven,
yes.
he's waving to you and everything,
Yes.
Hold this, they make people, tranquilization.
Yes.
It's a lie.
Yes.
First of all, it's a lie.
It's painfully to come out, but look for the door.
Yes.
Door is for you to be engrafted in 12 tribes. That is, righteous one will come and will restore Israel and Judah and
House
bring
of
them
Judah and
together.
house of
Israel,
Israel.
10 tribes will be forgiving, and bring together as a nation. And you have a chance to be in it. And Yeshua coming back on Mount of Olives to meet his bride.
Yes.
Israel of 12 tribes, where you can be or not.
This is the easily, the church is taking on the house of Israel like a physical Israel, and forget and get so confused.
They always missing because we have
messing
to be
up.
careful where we're reading or in one content.
Yeah.
Where is Israel means 10 tribes
Yes.
in exile, and where is Judah, and where is today Israel,
Yes,
12
you're
of 12
right.
tribes.
You're
Yeah,
right.
we should be very careful. In Jeremiah 31 there is written, and we'll be forgiving all the sins for Israel. That's mean for Israel of 10 tribes.
Yeah. Yes. Dear viewers, study the Bible, study deeper, find the teachers, find the teachers who knows Hebrew. We try to encourage you. Yes, go to foundation, where is the Hebrew language. From Hebrew, the scoop of the wisdom, we can learn more and more and more. And thank you so much for watching. Please write to us, call to us, and we're looking forward to see you and talking to you. All right? Goodbye.